Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to another news update here on Buzzing Pattaya. And thankfully this week, the news is a lot more encouraging and a lot more upbeat than it was last week. So if you saw last week's news edition, I do apologise. It was a bit doom and gloom, to be honest. However, this week, we've got a bit of a mix and match. So I'm going to talk through 5 news updates that I think are of interest. And the first one I want to talk to you about, it's a really interesting, well, not really interesting, it's very lucky for the couple, that a couple on a motorbike fell into a large 3-metre deep construction hole on the street of Soy 15. Now, if you're not sure where that is, that's down by where Corando's is at the back of the Avenue Mall. And luckily, despite the fact that they fell down, I mean, 3 metres, we're not talking like a couple of inches, we're talking 3 metres into a water-filled pit. Luckily, they weren't impaled by any of the, you know, they put those steel spikes up where they concrete the road. They managed to get away with it. And the one thing I thought, well, the thing that's interesting about this is we often take road standards very, what's the word I'm looking for? For granted. We take them for granted because back in your home country, you know, these kind of situations, in all fairness, probably would never, ever happen. Certainly in London, you know, you wouldn't be riding around London with an unmarked 3-metre deep hole that people could fall into. But out here, it's very, very different. And if you do ride around on a motorbike, or even if you're walking around, particularly if you've had a few, you know, be very, very careful, guys. These situations are around most corners waiting for you. So have your wits about you, and please, you know, just keep yourself together. Make sure you're looking ahead and what you're doing, because it's very easy, especially, you know, when you get, hello, sexy man, you're like, oh, no, bang, and you're down, you know, it's gone. So, you know, yeah, be very, very careful. Luckily, they were both transported to the hospital. It says here the man said he felt a pain in his chest, while the woman had to be wheeled into an ambulance due to her leg injuries. And then the workers then transferred them to a Pattaya hospital for medical treatment. You know, at the end of the day, luckily, it seems that there was no real serious injuries. But again, be very, very careful, guys, please. You know, especially if you're riding around out here, there's potholes, there's, you know the old, the grills for the drains. You know, you go over them on a motorbike, you're going to slip off, particularly if it's wet, they're going to skid you off. There's a lot of broken paving slabs here, as you know, if you've been here before, you'll be walking around the soys and the side streets, and there's a lot of uneven pavement, so please have your wits about you guys, and keep them peeled, as they say. Now, next one is about a Dutchman. Now, we've got a Dutchman, remember he was arrested in Phuket for illegally catching that fish in the Krabi National Park. Now, although this is not Pattaya related, it's a very important subject, because sometimes we come out here and we just assume, oh, that's okay, that's cool, no problems, I'm sure I'll be okay. And many, many times we don't even question our actions. And I won't go into any more detail about the Thai baht. Remember I told you about my 20 baht that I trod on because it was blowing away, it fell out of my wallet, I just trod on it and I got in a huge amount of trouble because of what I did for standing on it. These are the little tiny things that could possibly ruin your holiday. And unfortunately for this gentleman that's in the news here, I mean, Mr. Roslin, he's looking at some serious, serious problems. He said here that he admitted that he rented a boat from the PP Don Island to PP Ley Island on August the 9th. Mr. Krasana was the boat captain. The group had stopped to catch a fish, and the captain and Roslin claimed they did not know the area was a national park. Okay. I guess that's quite feasible. You may, as a tourist, not know, but for goodness sake, you know, the guy that's got the ownership of the boat, he should know. But what's really worse is the fact that now, it goes on to say, Roslin faces the potential of significant jail time and fines, as well as deportation and likely blacklisting under stringent environmental laws in Thailand. It's unclear what the captain will be charged with as of press time. And, you know, for him, he's come here on holiday, he's minding his own business. Oh yeah, let's go out on a boat. Oh yeah, it'd be nice to do a little bit of fishing. I mean, even myself, you know, I've been on boats where we've gone out to some of the smaller islands around here, on the Bay of Pattaya, around Koh Larn Island and some of the smaller islands, and you fish. Now obviously out there, that's not a national park. But I'll tell you where it is if you go up to Rayong and you go to Koh Samet, that is a national park. So again, you know, just something, especially when you immerse yourself in the environment that you're in. So if you know, you just kind of like forget. When you go to the national parks, you forget it's a national park. It has stringent rules and regulations that you've got to adhere to. And you know, and really sadly, you know, this guy is he really genuinely is, he's in a world of trouble. and for probably something he had absolutely no idea that he was doing wrong. So, you know, when you do come out here, guys, you know, please, if you are going to go off on excursions, you are going to do things, you know, without trying to worry you about, you know, treading in the wrong direction, stuff like that, without trying to overdo this, you know, just be careful, particularly if it's anything to do with the national parks here. As he's now found out, and I'm sure you guys are all aware, it's a huge no-no here to disrespect their national parks. They really are very, very hot on it. And in fact, you know, it goes on here to say, however, the environmental minister has reportedly been furious over the incident and has called for the full force of the law to be applied to Mr. Roslin. I mean, I don't know what must be going through his mind. I can only imagine he must be petrified, to be honest. You know, to come out here on holiday and to find yourself with the full force of the law against you for something that maybe you didn't even realise was wrong, you know, it's not good. But anyway, so yeah, so the moral of this story, guys, is if you are going to participate in anything like this, please just check it out, you know, and if you're not sure, you know, even go down the route of maybe getting the person taking you to write it down and sign it to say this is okay. You know, just be careful, guys, please. That's all I'm saying. All right. Now that's enough of the, what I say, negativity. So on a more positive note, a more enjoyable note, the third weekend of the Pattaya Music Festival has just passed. Again, great success. We've got one more weekend to come. So if you are here and you are looking to do stuff, go down onto Beach Road, have a wander around. The music festival's in full flow. It really is a good vibe. You know, it's a good, fun environment. They put out lots of stalls all along Beach Road, and it runs, there's 3 stages, so you can find a stage near where you are. Soi 6 area at the bottom of there, that seems to be the most popular location, I think, because it's quite a large area. But they put loads of food stalls out. There's lots of entertainment going on. Obviously, you've got the main acts, the main bands there to entertain you. It's very, very busy. Regarding the mask situation, they recommend that you wear a mask. They don't enforce it, or I haven't seen it being enforced. That's not to say that it's not being enforced. I'm just saying I haven't actually seen it being enforced. But, you know, they recommend that you should wear a mask because there is large gatherings there at the moment. There are. It's good to see. And, you know, they do this every year, and hopefully now, because we're coming out the back end of what's been an horrific 2 years' time, hopefully, fingers crossed, now we'll start to see the reintroduction of different things. I've even got a couple more things that I want to share with you in a second. But hopefully we'll start to get a return for all these little things that they did. They did flower shows, they were great fun. The car shows, the music festival. You know, we've got obviously Songkran that's approaching us around next year. Who's a lover of Songkran? I can imagine some of you going, no, not Songkran. But yeah, I think, well, I don't think, I'm 99.9% certain that next year, in April, Songkran will actually happen. We've not had it. We've not had it for 2 years. I'm not going to lie. For me, that's quite a blessing because I'm getting a little bit old hat now. Maybe I'm just getting old and grumpy. There's no fun walking down the road and getting battered with an ice cold bucket of water and they chuck powder in your face and stuff like that. For me, that lost its fun and attraction after about the 3rd year when my boy was here. So if you're not sure what Songkran is, Google it. Trust me, you'll see it, and it's either a yes or it's no. I have to say though, in its defence, you got to do, if you're here towards the end, so around about this 17, 18, 19, get yourself down to Soi 6 and have a day down there playing Songkran. It's full on, and those of you that have done it will say to you, yep, Trev's right, it's absolutely full on. Now, talking about full on, where are we? Where's the date? I've got my date somewhere. Hang on. I find these dates and it disappears. Right, here you go. Right, put this in your diary, guys. The 16th of September. Put it in your diary. There is the biggest Hooters Thailand beauty pageant 2022. It's back. So if you are a Hooters fan and you enjoy the hostesses and the service staff ladies in their particularly interesting outfits, should we call them, with their large assets, there is a beauty pageant, the Hooters beauty pageant here in Thailand. And basically there's 3 heats. The 19th of August, that's what's done. 2nd of September, they're down in Phuket. The 16th of September, they're going to be here in Pattaya. And the grand final is up in Nana. Now, you saw my video up in Nana. maybe that's a good reason for me to go up there and have another look, because I got a bit of flack for that one, but let me not diversify. Diversify? No, divert. What's that word? Oh, anyway. On the grand finales on the 30th of September, and that's in the Hooters in Nana Soi 4. Now, if you're not sure where that is right in the very heart of all of the Nana complex, the action there. So if you are into your Hooters, and you like the Hooters pageants, well then go up there, check it out, and I'm sure you'll have fun. But if you're here on the 16th of September, put it in your diary. I might convince myself to go and do a video on it, just, I'll take one for the team. How's that? And incidentally, taking one for the team very, very quickly. I got quite a bit of backlash about my video about Bangkok. Guys, listen, I love Bangkok. I'm a city lad from London. I love Bangkok. I've been there so many times. I couldn't even imagine how to count how many times I've been there. All my videos show was that, unfortunately, it's not banging right now. And I know nor is Pattaya, but in my opinion, and this is not, someone said to me, oh, you're just biased. I couldn't give a damn whether you come to Bangkok or Pattaya. As long as you have a good time, that's all I care about. And I'd love you to do both. Come and explore both cities. But my point was, if you compare Pattaya now to Bangkok, in my opinion, right now, I would say Pattaya has got the edge. Just my opinion. But anyway, enough about that. So there you go, guys. If you are a Hooters fan, if you've not been to Hooters, or you don't know Hooters, maybe you've been living under a rock. But if you've never been to Hooters, we've got Hooters here on Beach Road in Pattaya. It's a nice venue. It's up near the end, near Walking Street. You can't really miss it. Good vibe, good food. I mean, they've got some very famous chicken wings and stuff like that. But yeah, so there you are. That's all right. And lastly, just to let all you gym freaks know that there is a grand opening on the 1st of September at 5 p.m. and that is at the Elite Gym and Fitness. They're opening their Pattaya branch on Thursday, the 1st of September. And they're giving away a few things. They're going to chins, dips and